Hello, my name is Jason Longino, and today we are going to learn how to make a vector animal using simple shapes. We'll be doing this by first drawing an animal and then finalizing it in Adobe Illustrator. So as you can see here, we have our materials. First, we have our piece of paper. Next, we have our ruler. Number 2 pencil. Some color pencils. And finally, we have some scissors. So before starting, you want to make sure to cut your paper into a square that's about 5 inches all around. So now we can get started on what animal we're going to draw. I chose a fox, but yours might be different. You're free to copy this to use as an example for your official project. First, we're going to start by drawing a simple circle for the head. And then we're going to halve it by drawing a line. Next, we're going to draw a triangle to form the nose bridge. And then we're just going to draw a circle for the nose. It's okay if your beginning drawing is messy too, because we're going to erase it and then refine it later on. We're also going to draw some circles for the eyes. And at the top of the circle, we're going to draw some ears using some triangles. As you can see here, I'm making sure the two triangles match each other evenly. So make sure if you want sides of your animal to match each other, make sure just to do straight measurements by drawing lines in between to make sure that they're on the same level. I'm also going to add a smaller triangle inside the ears too, just to give it some more dimension and to separate the colors when we add them. Finally, at the ends of the half circles, I'm going to draw a line straight towards the middle where the nose is to complete the face. Now we're just going to erase all the parts of the face that we don't, circles that we don't want, so any lines that are going in between sections that are not going to be part of our official one, just erase them all. So I'm going to erase part of the circle, parts of the circle that go into the ears, some of the sketch marks on the outside as well. Including some lines that are in the circle of the nose and in the nose bridge of the fox as well. So now you can see this is our finished line drawing. So next we're going to use color pencils to color in parts of our fox. I'm using watercolor pencils, but you can use any color pencil, it doesn't really matter, just as long as it makes some color. For my fox, I'm going to use an orange color pencil. And a black color pencil. Now you're just going to fill in the parts of the animal that you want colored. So the face is going to be mostly orange, and for the nose and eyes, it's going to be mostly black. So there we are, we're finished drawing and coloring in our fox. I'm going to leave the spaces on the face, the white spaces on the face and in the ears blank, so to tell me that we're just going to use white for those colors. So now that we're in Adobe Illustrator, we're going to create a new file. Make sure the file is 3 inches by 3 inches, then select Create. Go to File and Place to select your picture of your drawing and size it to your canvas. Go to your Layers panel and make sure to lock the layer. Then you're going to create another layer and select the Shape tool and hold it down to see your shape options. I'm going to use a circle. Shape, press down and create your circle. If you want to see your drawing underneath, just go to the fill and select no color. Because I want the circle to be in half, I'm going to create a rectangle. Fill in both colors. And then I'm going to use the Shaper tool to basically cut the circle in half and get rid of the shapes that I don't want. You're going to continue on with the drawing by just going to the Shape tool and selecting more shapes to add to your fox. Just make sure that the triangle is center. To make sure that these triangles don't cover up the face, what you're going to do is just select both of them, left click, arrange, and then send to back. Instead of using the shape tool to get the same shape over and over again, just use the command tools Control C to copy and then Control V to paste. So now that we're finished, we can go to our layers panel and then turn the picture layer off, leaving us with just the vector layer. We're going to select all the orange parts of our layer, and then we're going to use the shaper tool, click and drag over all the orange parts to make them one shape. Next, we're going to select all the shapes and group them together. This is by left click and then group. We're going to duplicate the layer by dragging it all the way down to the plus sign below. Lock the bottom layer and only work on the top layer. We're going to grab all the shapes, and then we're going to fill them in with black. Turn off the picture layer, the shape layer. Then we're going to make the stroke white. Make sure the size is 3 or 4 pixels. Then go make sure that the stroke is appearing on the outside of the line, not on the inside. Then we're going to click Object, Expand to make the lines their own shape. We're going to duplicate that layer, lock the top layer, keep working on your original layer, then you're going to go back, turn off the fill, and then turn on the stroke layer. Make sure the point is 1 pixel. Go to your vector layer, pull it up to the top of the layers, and then now you have your complete picture. Go to File, Export as PNG. When you turn it in, make sure that you save it as vector animal, your first and your last name.